As we count down to the 2019 general elections in Nigeria, electorate are also counting the losses and gains of democracy as it were and asking, is there room for more? Can it be better than what we have in the past 3.5 years? We have with us today on Fireworks one of the Honourable representing Amu Ward of the Federal Constituency of Lagos State, Honourable Oghene Ego. He's our guest today on Fireworks. Welcome to the show. I am Busolami Tumashi. Honourable, thank you for joining us today on Fireworks.
It's my pleasure.
Congratulations on your ticket for the next election.
Thank you.
So you're so happy that you got the ticket?
Of course, I'm elated. If they give it to me, it shows I deserve it. Because it's an election I won overwhelmingly. It shows that I'm representing them well. It shows they want me to represent them again. And it shows that I'm doing well. So I'm happy. And particularly, I dedicate the position to them. Because they are the judge. If they say I should not come back again, of course I cannot come back. So my party people who are the delegates for the election, I'm grateful to them because they've looked around and they've seen that I've done well, and they've asked me.
In what area have you done well specifically?
Well, let me say in a lot of areas. You know, first of all, we must look at what my work is. My job is that of a lawmaker. We do lawmaking, we do motions, do oversight, and of course, you know, we oversight the other ministry, and of course, we do appropriation. These are the job of a lawmaker. And I think in all those areas, I've done very well. And as I tell my, my local government people, those who don't know me too much, I say, look, Google my name, and then you will see how much I've represented you, my presentation in the House.
Any major bill to your name? Of
course, there are. For instance, the Investment Promotion Act amendment, I did that bill. It's gone through third reading, and of course, it's awaiting assent from the President. The Senate have looked at it, and they are happy with it. And what is the aim of that bill? The aim of that bill is to ensure that there's no more foreign investment in Nigeria, to ensure that there's more jobs, you know, because when you have more investments, more companies will come in, and of course, more jobs will be presented to the youths. Because I was worried that the youths of my constituency, a lot of them don't have jobs. What can we do? And that's why I went into the amendment of the Investment Act, which I think is very good. Okay,
we've read some articles in some area going on in Amu Ward of Oghene, the issue of some dilapidation of dilapidated infrastructure in the area, road in some particular area, potholes, gridlock. It's not particularly your job, but in terms of perhaps pushing or lobbying for getting things done, what have you done about that?
The first motion I moved in the House is that for infrastructural decay in Festac, Satellite Town, and other parts of Amu Ward of Oghene. Don't forget that much of my constituency is federal constituency. And you have Festac that was established over 40 years ago. Since then, no new roads have been done. The sewage is bad. Water is not working well. And the same thing with Satellite Town. In some cases, people are built on the sewage line, you know. And all roads that were done for 40 years ago, all are bad. They are so bad that for you to put a vehicle on it, you have to think twice. It's creating hold up, and the people are not happy. And I'm particularly worried because I have had the opportunity to speak to the local government, to also reach the state government, to do work for me here. I've also spoken to the federal government on the issue of roads in that area. You know, I'm happy that FEMA have started some repairs in Festac. And as we speak to you, last week, you know, we are in FEMA again at the federal level, and we've been to see the Federal Minister of Works, you know, and to answer to put projects on the budget for all.
I know it's been a matter of debate in terms of constituency projects and the money earmarked for such projects. But be that as it may, there must be something coming to you that you can spare to do some, even if it's just to fix the potholes or even get the dirt out of the way, because some of those gutters are littered and filled.
Yes, of course. If you look at Festac and Satellite, it's underground gutter. When you look at it, you find out that these gutters are already filled, you know, over the years. And it will cost an enormous amount of money to do that. When we talk about constituency projects, we Lagos states are not particularly favored. Because constituency projects are done on equality of state basis. So you have a state like Bayelsa with just 5 members, a state like Ekiti with 5 members in the House, a state like Niger State with about 5 members. All of them have equal amount with Lagos State. We have 24 members. In other words, our 24 constituencies are to take the same amount with Ekiti, for instance, that has 5 constituencies, federal constituencies. Just the same Bayelsa that has 5 federal constituencies. So if somebody from Bayelsa is probably picking up close to 200 million or having an allocation of 200 million for constituency project, we Lagos State, we're having 30-something million. Only last year we were able to fight our fight, and it has decreased to about
what about the local government? I know it's not your turf, but do you engage with the local government
of course,
chairman in terms of fund going into some of these repairs?
That is it. We've spoken to them, and they keep saying they don't have enough fund. But I say, every month you get a federal allocation. How come you claim you don't have enough fund? You know, since the local government came in, no road has been tarred in my federal constituency. The roads are bad.
We even heard the road leading to your own house is not tarred. Is that correct?
Of course. Well, part of it is tarred because I got FEMA to do part of it.
Just your own side of the road, and the rest are left untarred?
No. It's here. I've got a FEMA to try to work on some part of it. But that is not an easy thing, you know, getting FEMA, because FEMA is not under me. And we, as we are elected, we are not supposed to, road tarring is an executive thing. So we can only put pressure on the executive arm of government. And the executive arm of government have been falling short of their responsibility to my federal constituency. But I'm still not tired. We're still working on them. As I speak to you today,
I see that
just as I speak to you today,
yes,
you know, I've had to hire a grader to grade some roads in the local government. But some of the roads we got there, we said that we need to put a lot of ruble on it. And of course, this money comes from my pocket.
Okay.
And when you talk about constituency project, you know, people tend to think that even the 41 million that is allocated to constituencies in Lagos, as against 200 million, 150 million and more in other federal constituencies. Some people think that money comes to my pocket. It doesn't. When it's allocated, it goes to the ministry. It is the ministry that awards contract, is the ministry that awards contract, supervise jobs for it.
All right.
So it doesn't come to me even.
You're originally from Delta State.
Of course.
So you're from the south part of the country, and you're a member of committees on the NDDC committees, that of the Niger Delta, and okay, you also belong to the Naval Local Content Committee. Do you have a case of divided allegiance to your original home and where you live right now, where you represent?
No, unfortunately, these committees are not by my work. It's not the committee you demand that is allocated to you. They just allocate. When you ask for committees, at the end of the day, you know, the leadership allocates the committee. And when they allocate to you, it's a service to the nation.
But so do you think you are totally committed to Amuwo Odofin?
Oh, of course, 100%. Because I've been in Amuwo Odofin politics for a century, for more than a quarter of a century. For instance, I was elected as a councillor in Badagry local government as far back as 1986, 85, 86 in Amuwo Odofin as a very young man. And in Badagry local government, after that, I was elected also in Ojo local government, you know, where I became the first supervisory councillor there for finance and economic planning.
All right.
Know? And then in December, Amuwo Odofin, I was also elected the publicity secretary of NRC Lagos State, when Sir Michael Tredler was in government.
Some report has been written that perhaps the issue when the people in Amuwo Odofin are not seeing much of you or getting more impact from you is a reason of age. Are you now slowing down because of age? You are over 60.
No. Yes, of course, yes, but it has nothing to do. In fact, in the house, you get more matured as you walk. I'm still strong enough to represent my constituency. In the United States, there are people who represent their constituencies for 34 years. In fact, the vice president to Obama was in the house for 34 years. You know, I've been in the house for only 3 years. There are people who have been here for 20-something years.
And you want to come back again for another 4 years?
Of course, because I've been nominated to come back.
So your opponent in the APC, do you think you stand a chance against him?
Oh, much better, because I've done quite a lot in my constituency. I'm not sure my opponent in the APC can match me. Certainly not. He can never match me. You know, I'm ready to face anybody in my constituency. It certainly cannot match me.
All right. Yeah. There's been issue going on with PDP in Lagos State. Where do you stand in all of this? If you can give us the genesis of what the problem is. You're an insider. You've been playing that politics for more than a decade, you've told us now. What happened?
When you say there are issues going on in PDP in Lagos State, I don't know which issues you are talking about. I'm nominated.
The issue that your chairman, El Salvador, decamped from PDP to APC, isn't that an issue? That Boris Shade, a chairman of Papa local government, was stabbed to death during a meeting? Isn't that an issue?
Well, when you talk about Salvador was our chairman. He was a very effective man, but he decided to decamp. Of course, it's not my position to stop him from decamping.
Why would the chairman of the party decamp?
You should ask him. You should ask why he decided to decamp. In the house here, people are decamping every day. People are joining different parties. Governors are moving from one place to another. Okay. And it is not my duty to ask him why he decamped.
Okay, if it's not your duty, but will his exit affect the chances of PDP in Lagos State?
I don't think so. I don't think so. We have Dr. Dominic, who is here. You know, he's midwifing the party. I don't think his leaving will affect the party. The party is moving on. And of course, we have gotten our governorship candidate. Our reps are there, our Senate is there, and our House of Assembly is there.
Somebody described Jimmy Agbaje, your governorship candidate, as customer Dadani, that he's been coming over and over again, but he's never won. What do you think his chances are this time around against Sanwo-Olu?
Well, I think his chances are very good. You know, it's a desire to serve. For instance, I have tried, this is not the first time I tried to come to the House. I've tried about 3 times, it didn't work, and it worked this time. It's a desire to serve. So when you have a desire to serve, you cannot say
what do you think will be different this time around with Jimmy Agbaje?
What will be different is that Jimmy Agbaje now has a better name recognition, and people now know his ability and his pedigree. So more people are willing to vote for him because he's a man that they know. Abraham Lincoln tried 8 times, or is it 7 times, to become the president of America until he succeeded. So when people try again and again, there's nothing wrong in it. People should try, because they have a desire to serve.
But would you compare the PDP of 2015 with the PDP of 2018 in Lagos State? In Lagos State. In Lagos State.
The PDP of 2018 is stronger in Lagos State. This is a more solid PDP. And we are ready to go. Party is better organized. The spirit of the people is higher. And everybody is willing to go ahead and work.
All right. Honorable, just hold your thoughts. We'll go on a short break and we'll return with more and fireworks with Honorable Oghene.
Thank you.
You're still on to fireworks, and we are counting the losses or the gains of democracy. And one of the lawmakers is here with us right now, Honourable Oghene, who is representing Amuwodofin Federal Constituency in Lagos State. Honourable, thank you for staying with us still on fireworks. 2019 is just around the corner.
Thank you.
You have a presidential candidate in the person of Atiku Abubakar. Do you think he stands a chance?
Fantastic candidate.
Do you think he stands a chance against President Muhammadu Buhari?
Yes, we've never had so good. We have a candidate who is matured, who is experienced, a candidate who have a good pedigree, a candidate who is ready to move the country forward.
And the incumbent doesn't have those pedigrees?
It does not. It does not. It does not.
In what area specifically?
Well, in the area of rulership, a man who set up a private university, you can know that he's thinking about how the country is to move forward.
It's not enough to set up a job or create a job for 500 people, which is a good thing. But will that translate to the whole lot of what Nigerians can latch onto?
Oh, don't forget that while he was the vice president, he was in charge of the economy. And you saw where the economy did at his time.
One of the issues then was the issue of privatization. Today, the power sector is reeling. We're trying to get it back on the feet.
Of course.
The government is trying to get that sector back on the feet. Those were issues, privatization, that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar oversaw while he was in government.
Yeah, that is it. You know, don't forget that he did not start the first day he was in office. And he did very well. He moved privatization.
By your own judgment?
By the judgment of Nigerians, because you can see how well he did when he did privatization. And since he left, this government has been in power for 4 years. What have they done?
Okay. Yeah, one of the motion or advice that you gave on the floor of the House some times ago is the issue of change of tactics in terms of the fight against insurgency. Since you gave that advice, how would you rate the fight against insurgency in Nigeria?
Well, I think it's gone very poorly. Every day you see them saying so number of people have been killed. You have insurgents attacking police stations, attacking military formations, going directly to the barracks and killing people. You can see his performance. On the economy, you can see his performance. You know, when he came in, how much was the dollar to naira? How much was price of
As it is, Nigeria is recording better foreign investment coming into the country. Isn't that a good?
Are you not living in Nigeria?
Isn't that a good thing?
No, Nigeria is not recording any investment right now. Look at the investment index right now. Notice coming. In fact, we are now one of the poorest countries in the world.
About the issue of blockage of leakages, that is a good thing. The TSA, isn't it a good thing to
set up the TSA? TSA was set up by
but it was implemented by this present administration.
No, Jota started implementing.
Yeah, it was good. No, it was set up. It was set up.
When we talking about leakages, look,
it was set up, but the present government.
For a country that is in recession, why should even this country go into
recession? We are no longer in recession, Honourable.
Well, if you are no longer in recession, why have you implemented only 20% of the budget? Why have you implemented 2018? And why is it that over 3 million people are being sacked annually? Look at the Federal Ministry of Statistics, they say it. That over 3 million Nigerians are sacked annually.
According to the Minister of Information, this administration has created 7 million jobs in the area of agriculture.
Did he put them in his pocket? We cannot see it. Price of food is more expensive now than it was when Atiku Abubakar was vice president. Things are more expensive. The dollar has fallen very badly.
Under PDP, there was a time the price of crude went over $100. Where is the money? Was it saved then? Was it saved then? What did you put it into? What did you put that money into?
Let me tell you. As at that time, Nigeria became the richest country in Africa. And because of that, investment were coming.
And we went into recession years back.
No. You went into recession.
We must have been a very bad manager to have gotten that rich, and the economy just went down.
It is government that brought recession.
There were issues of importation. All we were doing was just importing. Have you noticed that when you have shippers coming to the country, the containers come full, and when they are going, they go empty because we import more than we export. Sometimes they don't even.
So what has this government done about that? It was the previous government of PDP that did something about that.
What did you do about it?
Of course, what PDP did.
We were solely dependent on importation. We were importing even toothpick. Even toothpick, we were importing toothpick.
It is government that is doing that.
All right, so the budget for next year is being predicated to be about 8.9 trillion naira, which is about 400 billion less than what we had.
When you talk about the per capita of income, that is a shame. Let me tell you. Last year's budget was predicated on $45 per barrel of oil, right? By the close of this year, price of dollar of oil have got to over $80.
No, so the benchmark, the benchmark for next year is $60.
Well, it's $60.
That's what the government has said.
Yeah, but what did the government do with the one of last year? All the one we have gained since the oil price went up. What did they do with it? So Nigerians don't have any expectation. Any amount is government budgets. Nobody thinks they will use it for anything.
What about in the area of infrastructure? Isn't the government doing something appreciable?
The
roads, the expressway have been constructed and completed. That most of the projects that you started and that the government is finishing up. All right.
Yeah.
Let us come back to the House. You now have the leadership of the National Assembly, you have the Senate President in your party, you have the Speaker, House of Rep in your party. How is that impacting on the fortune of your party in the House, your activities here in the House?
Oh, fantastic. You know, these are two great leaders who have led this House very ably well. Even when they were in APC, even people in PDP, we are cooperating because we want the House to move forward. We don't want partisanship to draw the country back. You know, even when you see that the APC government is not willing to move the House forward. We were cooperating as PDP. And today, they have joined the PDP because they've seen the light. They've seen that the APC government cannot carry them anywhere.
Except your minority leader didn't see the light and he jumped the ship.
Well, I don't want to talk about him. It's up to him. If he wants to join PDP, you mean the minority leader in the House, of course.
In the Senate.
In the Senate, it's up to him, but everybody knows why he joined PDP. I don't want to talk about
Why did he join PDP?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking.
Google, find out.
My job is to ask the question.
But you know why he joined PDP?
No, I don't. You tell me. Why did he join?
Invited him, he was avoiding prosecution, so he jumped to APC. And now the saying is going that if you want to be a saint, join the APC. Once you are found out to be corrupt, join the APC, you are no more corrupt. Is that a government that is fighting corruption? Tell me, is that a government that is fighting corruption? If you want to fight corruption across board. Don't go and intimidate people. Oh, you are corrupt, this. If you don't join our party.
But the corruption cases that the government is dealing with, there are facts for those cases. Those cases are there.
Well, if they are there, how come the people, once they join APC, they become saints? I don't want to mention names, but you know.
No, I don't.
Or you know. You know. If you push me to mention them, I will not.
Please mention their names if you know.
I don't want to bother.
For your party, you're sure of carrying the day in 2019?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
all right.
Look at everyone, go around the whole country and ask questions. We, in PDP, we're quite happy. We're quite happy with our performance. We're happy with our presidential candidate. And we think that is the best. Recently, we read the paper that APC is looking for ways to see how they can indict our presidential candidate. Why is it that now that if
he has not done anything wrong, then there should be no problem with that?
Well, but before he came in, why did you investigate him? This is a man that has been investigated, and nobody has found anything wrong with him.
Well, maybe they will find something this time around.
Oh, because it's courtesy now. Oh, that is good. So you join APC, you become a saint. Once you challenge APC, of course.
If he has not done anything wrong, then he has nothing to fear.
But don't use that to be a witch hunt.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I think the government agencies who are in charge are up to the task, and I think they've been fair in the discharge of their duties. But we have to leave it here today.
That's what you think.
Well, that's what we see. That's the facts that we have.
Nigerians know that they are not fair.
We have to leave it there. We want to thank you for coming on Fireworks.
And like I told you, in this house, the more mature we are, the better it is. There are people who have been there for 20 years or 16, some 50 years. I'll be there for only 3 years. So I have a right to come back a second term, because when you come back a second term, you'll be more matured on the job and you can serve your people better. Okay. And that is what I'm doing. So we'll be speaking with Honourable Oghene Ego, who represents Amu of Federal Constituency in Lagos State. How wonderful it's been. You've heard him. Your choice, the choice is yours at the end of the day. Thank you for watching. I am Busola Mitwashe. Thank you.
Bye for now.